mean, bro, his whole face is plastered everywhere. He's gonna be that guy that had a Gooner game on his phone. His life is 100% ruined, bro. Have I heard about news about Browndust? Depends which one. I mean, they've been pretty hectic in the community lately. Like from the crazy like Justice skin being like outrageously overpriced, from the drama surrounding the survey option about wanting to delete all the male characters in the game. A man from Europe got detained in the airport because he has Raffitia wedding skin images. What? Raffitia? Who's Raffitia again? Ain't no way, bro. Really? He got detained for that? What country? Because the majority of Europe is still like, you know, 16 age, right? I really think it's dumb that like how you call it? Fictional characters are seen as like CP, bro. Like the fuck, bro. Like with that logic, it should be like whenever somebody kills someone in a film, they are a murderer because they killed somebody. Like, come on, bruh. It's just the same thing as like, oh yeah, violent games make people violent. Bullshit, which is not even a fucking thing. It's so dumb. They just see like male adolescents, boys playing like these violent games. Men or like especially like developing men tend to be more aggressive than women, so they link it to like, oh, it must be the video games, man. So dumb. It happened in Ireland. Ireland? Really? Alright, this is gonna be, let's see. Ireland. Age of consent. 17. And maybe a criminal offense to have sex with a person under 17. It may be a criminal. What? What does that mean? It may be a criminal offense. Irish Browndust player gets arrested for anime lewds on his phone. Wait, was it just in the game? The photo of your post is removed. Wait, what? Don't ban banned content. What? Banned content? What did he show? Hold on, now I'm even more curious. Man stopped at Dublin airport with anime censored abuse images, scored hairs. There's another case, I think. When is this? 11 hours ago. 9 hours ago. Oh, it might be the same one. Oh, it is Chibi.
You can now be arrested.
Oh boy. Let me mute the game.
For anime images on your phone. And I really wish I did not have to say those words. I really wish I was joking and I was just making a very elaborate shit post. But no, I am not. This is real. This is actually happening. This is an article that literally came out today. You can literally see the date. This man here...
How does it even happen though? Like, was he just walking around with his phone out and she was on his wallpaper or some shit?
Was stopped at a terminal in the Dublin airport of Ireland, and what's crazy, he was stopped by Homeland Security. Yes, that Homeland Security, the United States federal agency.
What the f is they doing there in Ireland, bro? What?
They stopped him at the Dublin airport, and then he was promptly turned over to the authorities of Ireland and UK, and he has been thrown into the jail cell. Now, you're probably wondering, what anime images did he technically have? Did he have, like...
Doesn't fucking matter, bro. It's fucking fiction. Oh, my days.
Or something like that. What did he have? Like, what did he really have that caused him to actually get arrested and labeled with crimes like this? It was because of Browndust2. He was arrested for Browndust2 on his phone, and images of...
What? This game better be, you know, banned in US then, right? Right?
Browndust2 on his phone. And to complicate, or to kind of make this more complex, this whole thing, apparently the man that got arrested, he was going to the New York anime convention for Browndust2.
What? No way, dude!
Apparently that was actually this month.
Yeah, that was.
It was announced a while back, and he was traveling, you know, from the Dublin airport, and he was going to make his way to the New York City Anime Convention. Obviously, from the way these articles are worded, he never even got to make it to U.S. soil. He never got to go to America or New York to go to the anime convention. He was promptly stopped. And most likely he was tipped off to be stopped at, you know, the terminal by probably, you know, Ireland or UK or whatever. And then they had, like, maybe Homeland Security stop the man before he got on the plane or something. And then, once again, he was turned over. I don't know necessarily how the process happened, but whatever the case may be, he was stopped by the Department of Homeland Security of the United States. And then the authorities took him, and they're the ones charging him. It's not America charging him or anything, but it's obviously, it's, you know, UK, Ireland and stuff. Now, I do want to clarify, within the 2 articles that are out right now that I could find about the situation...
Is that the man? Is that the man they hold off? Bro, I don't want to, like, make this too, like... Oh, I can't show it now, because I'm in the fucking story, damn it. But, like, he kind of looks like the fat otaku in the game. He kind of does look like him, though.
Browndust2 is never mentioned. However, it is mentioned in both articles that the individual was trying to go to New York City for an anime convention, and it does line up with Browndust2. So the information from Pirate Nation, it might not be incorrect. However, even if it is incorrect, the fact of the matter is both articles do straight up outline that it was anime images that caused the man to get arrested. So even then, the point still stands.
What world are we living in?
That a man got arrested for fictional content, and that is honestly unacceptable. But I'm getting a little bit off topic. The point of the matter is that this man was arrested for anime images, and what this technically does is now the box, Pandora's box, has been opened. It is officially open now. There is no going back. What this Pandora's box is now doing is that this brings into question Crunchyroll. This brings into question Sony. This brings into question all gacha games.
Any anime related anything. What, bro, even Twitter, bro. Like, this will, like, question, like, this is not good, man. Crazy how you can get arrested for this type of shit, bro. Nah, this might start a chain react. This is going to either roll into a giant snowball, or it will, like, get, like, stopped, like, right here, you know. But unfortunately, I believe the first option is it's the one that's gonna happen. This is going to, like, oh my god, this is gonna be such a snowball effect, man.
Gaming, it brings into question just manga, fictional content in general now is now under the eye of scrutiny, to where you can be arrested in UK, Ireland, and EU if you have anime content on your phone. And because, from what we can find out, it is because of Browndust why he was arrested. This showcases that the vagueness of this is so damaging. Where is the line? Because
for real,
you have kids, like most of the cast of like Naruto is kids. Most anime
teenagers, actually. Yeah.
And it's just oh my goodness.
But she isn't a child, right? Right? Canonically, she's like how old or some shit? They always have like this lolly concept, like, oh, she's like grandma levels.
Like this is going to affect.
She's
gaming.
thousands,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Affect gaming as well. It's going to affect live action movies or regular movies, like animated movies, not anime, but like Disney movies and stuff. It can affect that. This is crazy. Like, this is actually crazy that this has happened. Pandora's box is officially open, and I don't think it's going to close now. And you know what really pisses me off about this whole situation right now? It's the fact that they had the audacity to do this.
The accused of possessing anime images of child sexual abuse and having category 3 child pornography anime images? Okay, listen, alright? I want to make it very clear on how I stand on this, right? How I think about this whole, like, anime, CP, right? I believe as long as a crime is victimless, it's not a crime. The fact that this is like such a reach, man. It is such a reach, bro. Because on one hand, right, I do believe that this kind of imagery or content, you would say, could trigger or could amplify pedophilic tendencies. I do believe that would be a thing. However, you're already that. This is not a from 0 to 100 thing. If you are already attracted to this kind of stuff, right? And then again, like, these are anime characters in the end of the day. Like, these don't look like real children. They are just like they're more like they look more like petite women than anything, right? Like, this is such a stupid thing. Okay, we got Santiago something follow on kick. Thank you very much. But like that, it's such a dumb thing, man. You could argue it's a deterrent, and you could argue it's a trigger at the same time. But like, it's just it's dumb, bro. It really is.
Read that final 2 words of what I highlighted there. Anime images. Anime images. They are
current
straight up.
Current mini game ain't going to help in the slightest. Oh, the booty slapping? Yeah, I mean, that's adult looking women, right? So it doesn't really matter that much, probably.
But even if we disregard this point,
if they decide to investigate the game, then they'll find out that this is not even real, like, this is not cheap CP whatsoever. You know, there are even animes that make fun of people who like lolly and yes, there are. Of course there are. And there's also anime that make fun of goddammit, how it's called? Like Gooners stuff, you know? Like, there's a whole anime about how the world is turned into like anti-Gooner and stuff, you know? And then there's like another anime that recently came out, was like a light novel adaptation, or a visual novel adaptation, I mean, that is about an island full of Gooner stuff, where you have to be like very, you know, very sexualized and stuff. Like, it's just, it's literally fiction in the end of the day, and I don't see why they can't differentiate that. Like, it's so stupid to me, bro. Like, who are you protecting here? Nobody, bro. You're protecting nobody. Especially with the fact that you don't even give pedophiles proper, like, punishments. Like, even if they get caught, oh, they go to jail. Whoa, big deal. The prisoners are giving the real fucking treatment, bro. The moment they find out that somebody is a pedophile or anything like that, they'll kill him. Which is deserved. But that's a whole different topic, obviously.
And don't even talk about that. What makes me so infuriated about this is that it's very clear that this government does not give a absolute fuck about kids and people. They don't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But governments don't give a damn about anything. They only give a damn about how much they can fill their pockets. Right? That's what governments do. They make money. That's their whole MO. There's nothing else to it. Why do you think roads are terrible, bro? I mean, I live in the Netherlands. We have good roads here, right? But that's because we pay a bunch of money for that shit, bro. Like, we pay hella taxes for that.
We have seen the rampant corruption in this last month. It is astronomically insane. To the invasion of your privacy, them trying to shut down Wikipedia, to them forcing multiple companies to censor themselves or face fines, to having people arrested for memes, having people labeled as terrorists for even wanting to talk about immigration or illegal immigration.
Yep.
You wanting to put black boxes in people's vehicles to listen in on what they're doing, where they're going at any given time.
What the hell? That's crazy, bro. give fake girls rights. Yeah, bro. For real. Bro. This is crazy, man.
It is insane. And that's just a few things. There's so much. There's so much more. And you know, if you've been watching my channel for this last month, you know. It is insane. This is the same country that has silenced, like countries, clarification, same countries that have actively silenced people talking about violent gangs, people violently hurting people, going and exploiting women and children and hurting them. These governments are silencing people that want to talk about this, that are upset with the rampancy of violence and crime and thievery, but they are going out of their way, and they're putting resources into arresting people for fictional content, and then also arresting people for catcalling in, like, the UK.
I mean, I do think it's not a bad thing to discourage catcalling, right? To a certain degree. I do think it's degrading for women that experience that. I would personally never do it. I think it's disgusting behavior myself. But how did he even get on the radar, bro? Remember Diddy's walking around free? Well, this type of... but that's a whole different... That's because he has a lot of money. He's very influential. He's, you know, he has always... this whole court case had, like almost no, like... how you say it? Like, no weak chains, bro. Like, he had such a solid case, such a solid defense. That's why he won. That's the only reason. Like, Diddy's not stupid, bro. Like, he did all that shit 100%, but yeah, there's just no evidence. There's not enough evidence. That's how court works, you know. If you don't have enough evidence, you can prove anything, then that's it, you know. And you have more money than the other party, then you walk free. It is what it is.
Dude, I'm tired, man. Like, I just don't know how this keeps getting worse. I cannot believe we're at the point to where you can get arrested for anime images. Like, I did not expect 2025 to turn out like this. It makes me so infuriated. My friend played
Blue Archive. He doesn't care what people think about him.
Helped with this. I know it might be wrong to completely blame them because they were probably just doing what the, you know, UK and Ireland authorities were telling them to do because they were on their soil. But it bugs me that our government and our funds and stuff is going to stuff like this, but they refuse to release the Epstein list. It boggles my mind and it infuriates me.
Yeah, but that's a whole different thing. That's just because Trump is 100% on it. And whether he did disgusting stuff on the island or not, right? You don't want your name to appear on a list full of, you know, arguably criminals, right? Especially with the accusations about him being a criminal already. Like, yes, he committed fraud, right? Or, what is called? Like, he did, like, some with his books or some shit, right? Which we know of. But, yeah, that's a whole different topic.
Me to no end, because ever since the public wanted to know who was responsible, like, you know, the people on the Epstein list, all this crazy stuff has just happened. It just, I've talked about it, you cannot have 100 different things happen like this and just say it's a coincidence. You can't. You can't. You want to know my prediction on what's going to happen now? Now that Pandora's box is open? Now that we got to this point? I predict, and I hope I'm wrong. This is one thing I hope I am entirely wrong, and I hope it does not happen, because it's horrifying. It's a horrifying future that I 100% hope does not happen. I want to be completely wrong when I say this. But, as history has showed us, in the history books itself, that obviously the UK and EU and stuff do not want you to read. They want to silence or censor. History has showed us, when you push a certain way, people will push back even harder to the extreme. And a pendulum will swing very hard back the other direction.
Yep.
And what the government is currently doing is going to push a pendulum swing so hard.
it's already happening if you think about it. Like the uprise of the right wing is definitely a whole thing right now, right? Because the left is going crazy. They're like having all these like mentally ill people be justified in their mental illness, and they have to like be enabled and everything like that, right? On top of that, they want to have like, you know, make like drag shows for kids normal, like all this bunch of weird stuff. Then we have obviously like the war going on with like Israel and Palestine and stuff, which is all a bunch of show. Then we have like Russia and Ukraine is also still going on. It's also a show. Like the whole world is in fucking at this rate, right? Like everywhere something is happening bad, bro. Like the uprise of the anti-white thing in Africa, right? Where people kill like white people just in there. On top of that, social media has been very vocal about being pro-black, which is not bad, by the way. That's not the issue, but there's a lot of pro-black like politics going on that are very anti-white. Same with like the feminists, which is feminism is fine, but it has more been like anti-men than anything lately. Like everything is going to shit if you think about it, and everything where it comes down to, it's always the blame of the male sex and the white race. That's always where it comes down on, you know? Like it's kind of insane, to be honest. Everything is going really badly. Like politics have taken over everyone's life, everyone's like identity, everyone's like free time, because on social media you can escape it. It's honestly like social media has really ruined the world. I think social media, the fact that we have platforms available to us where we can just say whatever the f we want about politics, and if enough morons actually say the same thing or agree with each other, it's like the townsfolk, right? Like there was like this obviously like back in the day it was like a little village, and there was always like this crazy idiot in the village that said like outrageous shit, right? But now all those idiots can communicate with each other on the internet, and like they can form like a alliance. And whenever they scream loud enough, people will listen to them, you know? Like, reason and logic and, like, rationality is very hard to find nowadays as well. And I'm going on a tangent. My bad. Oh, my bad. Let's watch further. My bad, bro. I'm too much of a yapper. I think Twitter has turned the word child molester into a worthless word because it's used for everything other than its real meaning. Absolutely, bro. On top of like Hitler and all the other like buzzwords now and then, right? Like every white person is a racist. Every Trump supporter is a Nazi. What else? You have like all these other terms thrown around, like rapists. Everyone's a rapist. Everyone's an assaulter. You know, like all these words like have lost their meaning because it's been going around too many times. People are using it in the wrong context and the wrong meaning. Like it's really going downhill, man. The meaning of language has gone downhill in general.
There will be a rise of a new dictator. A dictator like Hitler. I'm not even joking.
Oh boy.
I legitimately think
this
continues to happen and things are not put back on the rails and actually some form of just peace doesn't happen, you will see a rise of a new dictator. That might be just as bad or worse than Hitler.
I don't think that's possible because most of the laws, especially in Europe, there is so many laws that prevents a dictator from actually starting to exist. I don't think that will happen, but the rise, the uprise of like people voting majority for right-wing politicians has definitely been happening in Europe for a long time now, and you can definitely see that the government is against it, especially the EU is definitely very against that whole thing. I mean, look what they like. Our previous prime minister of the Netherlands became like one of the big men in the EU, right? So, they only want left wing kind of things in politics, and they just hate right wing ideologies. They really do.
I'm not even joking. Because history has shown us when you try to oppress people or do these crazy things, stuff like that typically happens.
Yep.
Times heat up, war happens, civil war happens. That's what will happen. And you guys might think I'm just overreacting because it's just anime content. It's not just anime content that someone got arrested for. It's the fact that it's systematically so much that's happened back to back in this last month that this showcases the overreach and how the governments within power right now, they don't care about their populace. They're not listening. You have people making petitions that get over like 1 million signatures, and the government literally says, nah, we don't care, we're not listening to you. The fact that you have a government actively working against the people and not caring about what the people have to say should alarm you. And I think, like I said, it's going to have a pendulum swing so freaking hard, it's going to be nightmare fuel. And I don't want to imagine what will happen.
I don't think anything will happen. Every single generation becomes more soft and soft, like as it goes on, and the only bad things people can do nowadays is like scream on social media about some shit, you know? Like, I think, right? Because they have been actively suppressing masculinity, right? Because that is dangerous. Because masculinity wielded against them would be a very big issue, right? And and you can't control masculinity. You can't control males that have you know, that are like, all right, well, you have gone too far. It's over, right? Guns or not, like the moment men decide this is going too far, right? And enough men decide that, you can overthrow entire nations, right? And obviously women could help too, right? But the majority would be men. And that's why they're trying to like soyificate, is how I like to say it. They like to soyificate men. Because what else are they gonna do? Oh, these men can't even ask for ketchup in McDonald's anymore, right? Like, they have all social anxiety, have like mental illnesses. They can't, they're glued to their phone, right? They do not dare to say anything, you know, to hurt people's feelings. Right? But because that is like a thing that they that happens, right? that means that there's another side of men that see that behavior and they be the complete opposite, right? So we still have a lot of masculine and like logically driven men out there, and if enough people say enough is enough, it is enough, right? Like, the civil war could break out, honestly. And especially considering, if you look at the army, right? You think the army's gonna protect the government? If it affects them too? You think they give a damn about their jobs, bro? Nah, they don't. They would go against the government too. Remember when there was a rumor about banning TikTok? Everyone went to a Chinese app about posting pictures with family and normal things. People from the West came. Not all of them asked about LGBT. Yeah. Yeah, the Asians got really upset about that. They really hated all the Americans coming into their app. And understandably so, because the most of them are just degenerate losers, right? But yeah, like, the TikTok ban thing was wildly exaggerated, of course, right? Honestly, I think it's a matter of time. Honestly, maybe it's not this year, maybe it's not in 10 years. But if it keeps on going like this, right? And my generation and the previous generation after me, like, are, you know, full-fledged adults, right? Like 40s and stuff. I really think that that there will be a change, because we'll massively vote more, right? and we'll probably maybe rectify whatever is happening, right? But who knows? I'll be right back. I need to really take a piss.
I don't even want to begin to imagine how bad it's going to get, but it will if something isn't done. I'm done. I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. I hope that this guy here, if it just, I getting arrested for anime images, I truly hope he doesn't have his life ruined, but this is 2025.
I mean, bro, his whole face is plastered everywhere. He's gonna be that guy that had a Gooner game on his phone. His life is 100% ruined, bro.
And most likely his life is ruined. I'll leave it at that, though. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment for the algorithm. Chibi out.
God damn, bro. Yeah. Yeah, this is bad, chat. This is really bad. It really is.